is Jillian Selene Rutherford, and I'm one of the artists here in the Garden of Earthly Delights at Tulsa University. I have a few pieces in the show that are with acrylic and metallic ink, and then I have a chalk piece featured here as well. Yeah, so some of my biggest inspirations come a lot from nature, just spending time outside and spending time with the earth and noticing sort of the symmetry within nature and the different colors and the things that just occur naturally. As for artists that I'm really inspired by, definitely Gustav Klimt, as well as people like Matisse, some of the surrealists, and abstract artists like Hilma af Klint is really a big inspiration for me also. I definitely think about, the cycle of life and death and the element of ritual just in our day-to-day lives. Everything has a natural cycle of completion to it, all living things. So it's really, really apparent the more time that you spend in nature, you start to connect the dots and see how things cycle back into each other. And it's definitely something I think about when I'm choosing to focus on a subject, when I'm doing any work. So the pieces in the gallery were actually images that came to me during a meditation, and they're really reflective of honestly who I am as a person. I feel like the elements of those reflect me and nature and in the way that I interact with nature. A lot of my pieces involve nature because I think a lot of humans tend to think of themselves as separate from nature, when in reality we're really all quite connected. It really is, we're all very, very alive here. So, I find a lot of identity with nature and the plant and animal people who also exist, and it's definitely something in this specific chalk piece that I'm drawing on too. Is like almost personifying, the belief that all plants are really, really alive and they have their own innate purpose. So the process, I really can't do too much ahead of time because I don't know what I'm going to expect timeline-wise, and if the weather will cooperate. But playing into the setting and where it's located is a big part of it for me, because it is only exists there. There is also a natural cycle of completion with chalk. It comes and it goes just like everything else that lives. So, you have to think about how might this wear in this setting and instead of another setting, and the surface that you're on and what that might look like. I think the impermanent nature of chalk does appeal to me. I find it to be really reflective of being human. Nothing we have here on Earth is permanent, so it almost is like a greater echo, and I think it challenges us to show up in the moment more. Other art, we've put into so much effort preserving art, which I think is an amazing tool, but to have art that does not last, requires you to be present in a way that the other art doesn't, which I think is really interesting.